Welcome back to the channel, where true stories of betrayal and revenge come alive. Tonight's story is about Dr. Nathan Cole, a man who spent his life saving others, only to come home one night and find his own world in ruins. What he uncovered in his bedroom pushed him to the edge, and what he did next will leave you questioning just how far a broken heart can go for justice. Stay with me, because this one gets darker than you expect. My name is Dr. Nathan Cole, and for most of my adult life, I believed I had everything a man could ask for. A stable career, a beautiful wife, and a home filled with love. Or at least that's what I thought. I worked as an emergency physician, meaning my days and nights blurred together in a haze of blood, panic, and the desperate will to keep people alive. 18-hour shifts were normal for me, and when I stumbled home exhausted, I always told myself it was worth it, because I was building a future for me and my wife, Claire. We had been married for 7 years. In the beginning, we were inseparable. She'd wait up for me when I got home late, wrap her arms around me, and remind me why I was working so hard. But in recent months, things had shifted. Her phone was always face down. Our conversations became shallow. The warmth in her smile was replaced by excuses and distance. I blamed myself. I thought maybe the strain of my career had worn us thin. Maybe this was just a rough patch. What I didn't realize was that I was the only one still fighting for us. One night, after a grueling shift, I came home. The house smelled faintly of lavender candles. Soft jazz floated down the hallway. On the surface, everything seemed normal. But something deep in my gut told me otherwise. I trudged up the stairs, every muscle aching, and then I heard it, her laugh. Not the gentle laugh she shared with me, but something different. Playful. Teasing. And then I heard a man's voice. My body went cold. My brain scrambled for explanations. Maybe she was watching TV. Maybe she was on the phone with a friend. Anything but the truth I already felt gnawing at me. With my heart pounding in my ears, I pushed the bedroom door open. The sight hit me like a sledgehammer. Twisted sheets. Bare skin. My wife, wide-eyed and frozen in panic, clutching at the blankets. And beside her, a man I had never seen before, Ethan Ward, one of my colleagues from the hospital. For a moment I couldn't move. Couldn't speak. Every detail seared into my memory. The wine glasses on the nightstand, the candles she had lit for him, the sheets I had bought now tangled around another man. And then Ethan made his mistake. He sat up, his face half buried in the pillow, blinking at me in confusion. Something inside me snapped. I lunged, my fist connecting with his jaw. The sound cracked through the room. He reeled back as I grabbed him by the throat and slammed him against the headboard. The bed shook violently as Claire screamed, "Nathan, stop!" But there was no stopping. Because Ethan wasn't just a mistake. He was her choice. I finally let him go, and as he slumped back onto the bed, groaning, my eyes flicked toward my medical bag sitting by the door. Inside was everything I needed. Not to save a life this time, but to terrify them. I unzipped it slowly, pulled out a syringe and held it up. Claire's face drained of color. "This," I said calmly, twirling the syringe between my fingers, "is a neurotoxin. Once injected, you've got 30 minutes before paralysis sets in. After that, your organs shut down. Unless..." I reached into the bag again and pulled out a small vial of clear liquid. "You get the antidote." Their eyes locked on it, wide and desperate. I placed the vial on the nightstand, right between their wine glasses. Then I pulled out my phone, turned on the camera, and set it facing them. "You're going to tell me the truth," I said coldly. "Every detail. And if you lie, you'll pay for it." The room was thick with sweat and fear. Claire sat trembling, clutching the sheet around her. Ethan pressed a hand to his bleeding nose. His chest rising and falling rapidly. I leaned forward. "Start talking." Ethan broke first. Okay, just listen," he stammered. I cut my eyes toward Claire. "Or do you want him to take all the blame?" Her lip quivered, tears pooling. "Nathan, I never wanted to hurt you," she whispered. "How long?" I demanded. Her throat bobbed. Finally she choked it out. 6 months. The words tore through me. I turned to Ethan. And you? He hesitated until I pressed the syringe lightly against his skin. He flinched. 6 months. I swear. Why? Growled. Claire's voice cracked. Because you were never home, Nathan. I felt invisible. I tried to tell you, but you were always exhausted, always gone. I was lonely. I let out a bitter laugh. So your solution was to crawl into bed with one of my co-workers? She flinched, tears spilling down her cheeks. For a moment I considered it. Actually driving the needle in, watching them panic as the clock ticked down. But then another thought crept in. Would it even make me feel better? Would it erase the betrayal? My fingers twitched around the syringe before I made my choice. With a sharp motion, I stabbed it into the mattress. Claire gasped. Ethan nearly screamed. I pulled it out empty and smirked. There was never any poison. Claire's face contorted in shock. What? I'm a doctor, I said flatly. I save lives. But tonight I wanted you to feel the way I did. Helpless, broken, terrified. I grabbed my phone, stopped the recording and walked toward the door. But I wasn't done. That recording didn't just stay on my phone. I sent it straight to Dr. Marcus Hale, the hospital's chief of surgery, and Ethan's boss. A man with zero tolerance for betrayal or scandal. The reply came within seconds. Marcus. Jesus, Nathan. Is this real? Me. Every second. Marcus. He's finished. Just like that, Ethan's career was over. Later that night, I handed Claire divorce papers I had already prepared. Her hands shook as she read them. Nathan, please, I don't want this. I looked her dead in the eyes. Claire, you lost me a long time ago. By morning, Ethan was unemployed and disgraced. Claire had nowhere to go, no stability, no future. And me. I had everything. Career intact, freedom restored, revenge delivered. But as I sat alone in the empty silence of my house, staring at the video one last time, I realized something. Revenge had given me justice but not peace. The betrayal still echoed, and maybe it always would. And that's where Nathan's story ends. Not with forgiveness, not with healing, but with justice served and a haunting emptiness left behind. What do you think? Did Nathan go too far? Or did his wife and her lover get exactly what they deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy stories of betrayal, revenge, and the raw truth of human choices, make sure to hit subscribe and smash that like button. Every share and comment helps us bring you more powerful stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next tale.